share my screen. So, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our conversation about the bots. I'm very happy, as usual, to be here with you. And we have Valerie with us, our president, the president of Professional Women's Group, who will say a few words about PWG.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Monica, for organizing. As always, it's very efficient. It's great. And it's a very not new topic, but new topic for PWG. So I'm also very happy that we are able to offer to our members, but also non-members, some topics that are of current needs and current interest for everyone, and also that Monica managed to find a great specialist as Nina, and also the moderator for with Agnes. So I think I have not much more to say. Stay updated on our website, LinkedIn, Facebook to see our upcoming events, and then I leave it back to Monica. I think she will introduce the two people involved tonight and have fun.
Yes, before continuing, I just want to say shortly that we are very happy to partner with our member René Blanchard, who is offering our speakers a very delicious tea. So René is not with us tonight, but we are very happy about this partnership. As always, Zoom guidelines, you know already. Keep the mic off, ask your questions in the chat, and relax and enjoy our webinar with a cup of tea like me. I have tea in here, a very funny cup. So our agenda for tonight is 75 minutes. We have introductions, we have the poll. Please continue and fill out the poll. We have the presentation. We will have breakout rooms, and of course the question time at the end. And of course our guests. I'm very happy to introduce them both. I had the pleasure to work with them in organizing this event. So we have Nina, who is a specialist in AI and conversational bots, and we have Agnes, which I know now for some time. Both are very passionate about technology, and I'm really curious to know what Nina will share with us tonight.
Thank you very much, Monica. And if you want, I can take over from here.
Yeah.
So I don't know how are we doing with the poll? How many answers do we have? Can we see some results?
We have 46%, so 6 out of 13 answers. So I'm still waiting. If not, we can already share. I can already share the results. Let's share the results, right?
Let's share the result. Let's see what we have.
Do you see the results on the screen?
See. Yes. So the first question: for which field or use case did you use a bot? As I see, the highest score at the marketing questions on websites. Yes, 50%. Yeah, and the travel e-learning got the second highest percentage. Yeah, interesting. Yes. The second question: on which platform did you use a chatbot? Website. Yes. Okay. And also some of you said voice assistant, Facebook Messenger. Yes. Okay. Very, very interesting. And the last question: wow, is a bot going to take your job? No. Wow. I'm super happy because I share the same view. But yeah, of course, it's there are different perceptions about chatbots, and I myself I know from my studies at the University Northwestern that yes, there are a lot of chatbots coming up. There is no way to take them away from our life, and therefore I think it's a very interesting topic. Thank you very much, Monica, to offering this event, because I think the more we know about the chatbot, the less we have fear from them, and the more they will help our life and do our jobs better, quicker, and serve our life. So to go to the next phase, thank you very much for the answers. We're going to dig a bit deeper in this topic. So let me introduce you, Nina. If you don't mind, I'm going to read the introduction, because she has a very nice accomplishments, and I'm really happy to have her here among us. So Nina is a conversational designer, entrepreneur, and a chatbot voicebot expert. She is the founder of Voice Tech Hub, with the mission of providing everyone access to the world of digital assistants. Nina also partnered at Paixon, a company that passionately develops individual chatbot solutions for the Swiss market. Nina holds a Master of Advanced Studies degree from in Information Management Systems from Zurich University of Applied Sciences, where she was awarded with the Best Master Thesis Award in 2019 spring. She also holds a Bachelor and a Master of Science degree from University of Basel in Business Economics. Nina was awarded with the Female Digital Innovator Award in December 2020. This prize, which highlights female entrepreneurs, leaders, and game changers. Nina has several publications in the chatbot voicebot research field, and she also speaks 5 languages. So welcome, Nina,
in
our webinar. I hope I think this is like really very nice achievements. I'm so happy to have you here, and the floor is all yours. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you a lot, Agnes, for this great introduction. I hope I can speak 5 languages still at the moment, because it's getting worse if you don't speak them. So let me share you the screen. So to start with the presentation, can you all see a screen? Probably
Yes.
I just need to change something. A moment.
In the meantime,
okay.
Nina, there is a question from Inge. She asked, "What is a voice designer?"
Okay, yeah, I will come back to this question. So a voice designer is actually a person making the product with voice interfaces. That means you have to know how human and computer communicate. So the whole area between human computer communication, to make an application that is really useful and which is really natural, and which doesn't seem to be like a robot. That is maybe one little easy definition of it. Mm-hmm. But you will learn that as well in the presentation.
Great, thank you.
Oh, sorry. So you see, everybody sees the presentation. I will make full screen. Mm-hmm. Okay, so first, many thanks that I can be here for this presentation. I have to put that like this. Exactly. Today we will, I will skip that, so I had a great introduction. Today we will actually see what is, where do the bots come from? What is the evolution of this technology? How does it? How was it? Where did it emerge actually? Then you will see a lot of use cases or business cases, which I developed, or also which are very famous to know. And here you should actually then see also the difficulties and the limitations they have, and see what's possible today, what is not possible. And with this, I want to show you how you can succeed with chatbots. How do you have to implement them that they really give you value? And in the end, I will give you some little introduction to into Paixon, who we are, and of course, feel free in the end to ask as many questions you have. So we have a little FAQ session. Yeah, in the end. To start, I want to start with something you probably already know, but it gives a good introduction in this topic. This is Tom, who tries to order tomato soup via voice, and let's start with the movie.
Tomato soup.
There are 14 varieties of tomato soup available from this replicator, with rice, with vegetables, Bolian style, with pasta, with
Plain.
Specify hot or chilled.
Hot. Hot, plain tomato soup.
So, did you hear the movie, by the way?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. This is an example how you shouldn't design a voice interface. You see, Tom is getting angry because the replicator just lists down a lot of items you can order, and this is an example how you shouldn't actually do a voice assistant. Here you also see, of course, the technology is important. It has to work. It has to understand what Tom says, but the main point is this isn't enough. You need to really know how the customers ask, how Tom asks, how he speaks to this replicator. So he wants to have an immediate answer about his tomato soup. And then he gets a huge list about some other possibilities, which is actually too much for him because he's in a hurry, he is hungry, and he just wants to eat. So here, this is one example. Yeah, you're angry about this bot. You probably also used some bots and were angry, so the expectations are not yet fulfilled in this field. And this is also mainly due to wrong procedure when you go to such a project or when you start such a project, but also due to, of course, technological limitations. But how do we now succeed with those chatbots? And to start with this question of the speak today, which is the main question I want to answer, is you need to know what it is. You need to know where it comes from. So a chatbot is actually a software with which you can communicate in a spoken or written language. It provides information on a topic and does tasks for you. And this is I know, a very broad and vague definition, but in fact, there are a lot of different kind of bots and assistants which are here, but this is one main easy definition of a chatbot. Chat, of course, comes from chatting, and bot comes from bot that makes automated answers and that makes automated procedures in the backend. Where did it come from? So actually, there is like an evolution you can keep in your mind. You have this user interfaces, the interfaces you communicate with. And it all started with this command line interface. Maybe you know this, a lot of programmers know this. It is an easy and efficient way how you get a response from a system. And this is still very used and is important. And this were actually the beginnings of those interfaces. Then you have this GUI or graphical user interface where the user has actually he has to learn how to use that interface. He has to learn, okay, I can find my programs down there. I have to click on it. I have to do that. So he actually has a learning curve, or he has to learn it. Then there was this time where smartphones came and tablets came up, and also some PCs with touch screens, which was the first time where something went into a natural interface. So it was more something that you know from the evolution of mankind, like touching something to make an action, touching a leaf, for example, to make something. And this is also one evolution step where natural actions were integrated in a computer interface. And now the next steps are messaging user interfaces. That means with WhatsApp, especially 2016, there was this kind of peak coming up that messaging is more and more important, that people want to talk to each other. And out of this evolution, this conversational user interfaces came up. Interfaces where you make a conversation, and the voice user interface is really this vui, where you only speak, so you don't have the written component, you actually speak. Of course, you can also combine these two interfaces, but this is the main evolution. So you see that there is an evolution to a more natural user interface, an interface where it goes into the direction of speaking and writing. So speaking is 3 times faster than writing, and speaking is something that was here already 150,000 years ago. So the interfaces start to actually get more and more natural. This is a Golden Krishna. It's a UI, user interface expert, that she says, yeah, language is the most powerful, useful, and effective communication. Here I want to give you some overview I often do in my classes, which is really technical or more technical. So basically you can also say these conversational interfaces are dialogue systems. And you probably know this interactive voice response systems. You call a center because you have any problem with your credit card or something, and then you get into a huge loop, and you actually want to solve the problem, and you have to dial 1, dial 2, dial 3, and maybe you have a little question and you just get to the wrong person, or you just even don't get any person on the phone and no answer. This is the part of IVR, which also is getting more and more conversational. And then you have this conversation interfaces where you have chatbots and voice assistants. And here you also differentiate between chatbots that are rule-based. That means they have answers and certain, you can make certain questions and answers, but there are also chatbots that use AI, that use natural language processing. And natural language processing is about a part of supervised machine learning. This is a part of artificial intelligence, where the bot has to understand what you say, and you can say different kind of sentences, and the bot understands what was your intention behind of that. And here again, you have these 2 parts, the generic one and the retrieval based. The generic one, this is a very, let's say, more research-based approach, or more in research, because these bots are able to generate responses without predefined answers. That means they can generate, if you ask them something, they can generate out of the blue a response which was not programmed or somewhere in the database. Whereas the retrieval based, they have predefined answers that they understand with machine learning. They understand different kind of questions, but they always give, according to the thing they understood, they give predefined answers. So that is the difference between the two. And yeah, if you have questions, don't you can just ask me later. Then, just to give you some little overview about the voice bot. So you have the person saying something to a voice assistant that can be on a smartphone or this smart speaker you see here. And then you have this understanding phase, which is the NLP system. It has to understand what question you asked, and then it goes to a other backend, to a logical programmed system that gets this data and gets to other, and he asks actually with the data other systems to get information. For example, I ask, I want to go from Basel to Zurich, and then the bot has to check in the table in the backend of the railway company. Okay, you have to go. On this time. There is this timetable. You can go then and then, and this information has to be taken from other systems, and has to be returned back to the user in the end. And there you have a lot of parts where AI takes place. Okay, so let's jump this more technical part and see what real business cases we have. We have a lot of business cases. As we saw in the poll before, there are like the main ones we know is this repetitive questions you have, and you have a customer center who has to answer a lot of questions, and that would be a great value if you have a bot answering some simple questions without having you to wait too long. And also for the employees, it's great because they can concentrate on the complex work and the complex requests. Then you have this.
Nina,
yeah?
Sorry, we have a question. If I can introduce you, interrupt you quickly. Inge asked, how well are the databases serving the bots? The more complex programs and the bigger the database, the bigger the chances the bot will recognize. This is the question from Inge. Maybe this is just the right time here too, because we in the technical part.
The bigger the databases are, or what was the question exactly?
Yes, how well are the databases serving the bots? For example, the more complex programs and bigger the database, the bigger the chances the bot will recognize. That was the question from Inge.
Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't say that it has to be very big. Of course, if you have a bot that gets data from different parts of the company, so if you have a knowledge base where it gets data, or if you have a CRM where it gets data, and you are even capable to have interfaces to all these systems, then of course you can get a lot of data together. But it also makes it complicated. So it really depends on the case. Some customers, they don't even have any knowledge base, or they don't have any system behind. So of course, the more knowledge you have somewhere, the more data you have, the better or more trustful this bot will be, because he will also give a lot of information in the end. But it makes the whole project more complex, because you have to build these interfaces to the databases. Yeah, so it has pros and cons. It can be very complex in the end, but it can be if you manage to do this well, then it can be very useful. Did this somehow answer the question?
Inge said thumbs up, yes. Thank you.
I hope, otherwise just write an email or I can check then later on. Yeah. Then you have this kind of virtual guide. This is like a concierge, like a consultant that gives you consulting for a product, for example, or that helps the CEO with making timetables, with making meetings and appointments. And of course, there is also this region with mental health psychology. I also saw some bots, for example, where you can ask or where you can speak with him if you have some problems with alcohol, or if you have some problems in a company. Then there are even bots solving this, or trying to also make a score if there is really a problem with your mental health in the end. And the marketing bots, you know already, that's when you want to generate leads and you have a bot on a website who explains the company or the product and the services, and then he tries to actually get a lead out of this conversation. And I want to show you in the part of marketing and quizzes something funny. Maybe I have a lot of fun examples, but this is one where you see how a bot can present a company or a team. So it's a mixture between fun, quiz, and some employer branding in the end. So he actually presents the team members of Paixon. Oh, sorry.
Alles klar, hier ist Paixon.
Willkommen bei Paixon. Über welches Teammitglied soll ich dir mehr erzählen? Was interessiert dich an Maya?
Mein Lieblingsland ist Kroatien. Ich mag die wunderschönen Strände und die köstlichen Meeresfrüchte.
Was möchtest du sonst noch über Maya wissen?
So this is one example where I talk to this bot, and the bot presents Maya or Nina or other team members. He also presents the company Paixon if you ask for the company Paixon. So this is one like funny voice example. The other one in the part of marketing, there is this so-called shop bots and conversation commerce bots. This example is Luca. He helps you with finding your mobile phone. That means he really goes through with asking the right questions. It's not about just pitching the products, but he really makes this shift from product to service. He tries to ask you, do you call often, or do you watch videos? Do you want to, I don't know, how much time do you spend with your phone? And by asking this very personal and user-centered questions, he can then give you the final subscription model which is suitable for you. And you see this approach is getting more and more important also with COVID, because online online sales has increased a lot, and the online retailers need to differ or need to be unique, and that is how they can actually achieve a more personalized selling process and approach. Here I want to show you one example. This is about e-learning, new work in microlearning, also very important with now with the evolution or with the crisis of COVID. This is Micromate. It's a bot we developed for Microsoft Teams. He actually comes, so you can install it, and he's actually available for a whole company. And he asks you in some time steps. He just asks you about legal things, about how you handle data privacy, or for example also other topics. It depends on what learning packages you actually want to learn. And it is about sustainable learning. That means with little micro learning and with little questions all over the day, you learn the main points about, for example, in this case, about compliance or data privacy. And also, if you like answer, yeah.
Inge just asked about the data privacy and the data protection. Yes. Yeah. So it's just very interesting that what about this part of the programs, and because she says that in Germany this is a major obstacle.
Yeah.
No, if Inge would like to elaborate a bit on this. What do you think?
This is a really a big obstacle, especially if you have personalized data, or if you gather data from users. Then you need to have their agreement, and you also need to have you have to do this. We often do it before you start the chat. Also, in the case of voice assistant, you need to show the policies of, for example, a Google Assistant technology or Alexa technology before really continuing with anything that makes for example, a booking, or with making a login or something like that. So it's really a part you have to handle in the project. Yeah. And Switzerland is better, but of course, it's like on every website you need to refer to this fact that you have a chatbot, and you need to refer that what he is actually doing with your data, and you have to take this or get an opt-in of the user as well, that he says, I agree that I now chat with this bot.
Okay, thank you.
And this is more about, he tries to learn employees in a company how to handle security. For example, he now says, you have an online service account. Would you share your password with your team, or how would you share the password with your team to work on it? And then you can choose between, I take a password manager, I just send it per email, or I just dictate it on a phone. And so people don't have to make like huge meetings to get this security issue in the whole company. So it is a way how you can actually spread knowledge with microlearning. This is an example of financier B2B that is for entrepreneurs. So in fact, if you are an entrepreneur, you always have to check this financial data if you have any like issues with your VAT, for example, or do you have enough return? How's the return on investment and stuff like that? And we developed for a company which was actually founded due to we developed with them this product, and they founded this company called Moniki, where you can ask these questions as an entrepreneur via voice. And you also have the dashboard where you see the KPIs about your financials. Sorry, it doesn't seem to go at the first.
What is our quick ratio? The KPI quick ratio is 183% for the year 2019. This is above the recommended value of 150%. I recommend to contact your personal advisor about this. How can I help you?
How much VAT do I have to pay?
Your total VAT dues amount to 259,478 Swiss francs last year. From this amount you can deduce the prepaid tax. How can I help you?
How high were our personal expenses last year?
You have 768,102 Swiss francs on personnel expenses for the previous year. How can I help you?
So this was an example of a voice bot helping in financials. And this is the main example I want to show you, or I also said in the beginning, you reach the department and you don't get to the place you want, and you have a lot of questions, so you go to the website, and on the website you get to a website which is really complex, and you think, where can I find the information I want to find? So for these cases, it's great to have an assistant that helps you with the main questions. Here we developed for the transportation company BLS a help desk bot, or a kind of FAQ bot, helping you with various questions. And if you see on the screen, it's quite fast. I won't show it because we don't have enough time, I think. You see, I can say, ich brauche eine Reservierung, or you can speak something, you can say something wrongly written, and he actually understands, okay, you need a reservation for your ticket. So he says, okay, for which ticket can I help you? And you can say, I need a ÖV ticket, and for one person. And so he continues with that. You can also ask him about that you lost something in the train, that you want to go to the with the Autoverlad, I don't know in English, car loading. You need to load your car on the truck. Yeah. Sorry. And this is an example I really like to show you because it gives you the idea of a conversational interface. This is the SBB Railway Timetable Assistant. So instead of downloading an app or using the mobile app, you can actually just speak with the Google Assistant. It is on Android or also on iOS. And he gives you the timetables, and you can also in the future, you will also be able to just buy a ticket from home. So if you are at home, you can ask about, hey, is the train late? Can I go from Geneva to Zurich? When does it start? When do I arrive in Geneva? Do I have to change trains and stuff like that?
Okay, Google, spreche mit SBB.
Hallo, von wo nach wo möchtest du reisen?
Wie komme ich um 15:30 Uhr von Neuenburg nach Lugano?
Nimm den Zug um 16:26 Uhr von Neuchâtel ab Gleis 5. Steige in Olten um. Du kommst um 20:26 Uhr in Lugano an. Was noch?
Was kostet ein Erstklassticket?
Das Billett von Neuchâtel nach Lugano kostet in der ersten Klasse mit Halbtags 52 Franken und ohne Halbtags 168 Franken. Welche Information kann ich dir geben?
Gibt es Sparbillette?
Leider sind die Sparbillette für die gewünschte Verbindung bereits ausverkauft. Noch was?
Muss ich umsteigen?
Du musst nur in Olten umsteigen. Noch was?
Super, danke.
Danke, bis bald.
Okay, Google, spreche mit
So you can see, you can just say what you actually want in one sentence and the bot answers your question. You can say very complex questions. You can even change your direction by saying, I want to go from Zurich to Lucerne, and then you say, oh no, sorry, to from Zurich to Bern. And the bot knows that context that you want to travel and knows that you just changed the arrival location. So in an overview, you learned now in the real use cases why chatbots are interesting, because they are really simple. You can ask and you get the right answer. You don't have to learn a graphical user interface. You just say what you want. It is personal and emotional because it's like a concierge or consultant, and you get fast answers at any time you want. You don't have to wait for somebody. It gives you guidance, and in the case of a voice assistant, it is also kind of accessibility for people that don't see good or stuff. Don't see well. This is a great advantage, and it can be very interactive and funny in case of marketing bots. I now have the 4 main key learnings for you, and then we have the the session for the questions. The main key learning one is for me from all those projects is that you need to define clear business goals. You need to know what you want to achieve with this bot. Before just taking a tool and clicking or doing something, you need to know what is the value it has to generate. You want to get more leads, you want to sell some pizza faster because people are at home and they want to speak to a smart speaker. And then you need to know what are the pains in this journey of your customer. So they just want to be faster. They have their hands occupied because they wash something or they have a baby and they don't have the hands are not free, so they want to use voice during doing something else. And then you should know where does he actually help in this process and how does he help. The second learning is don't use or don't try too much to think about the process with chatbots. I see a lot of customers, also especially in our projects, they want to text and they want to design and click something like a normal process. It's not about a process, it's about getting the user in the center and answering his questions, and not also saying, hey, sorry, I'm not able to do that, and making you like small, but trying to help the user in the moment he wants something. And also it can be very natural or complicated what he actually asks. So you see these two differences, and this takes a lot of time, and often business doesn't want to pay money for that. But if you don't spend time in looking how your customers want to something from your business, how they ask, how they speak to you, then this bot won't fulfill the expectations. Also, very important, you need to implement measurements. You need to measure what people say, because by having this kind of conversation transcripts, as you see here, I ask for a sauna, and the bot asks, yeah, you're looking for sauna. You see what people actually say and what they need. So probably you see in a conversation that people want something, a new product. They want to have something special that you never thought about in your services. And this is why it's so important also to optimize the bot in the end, that you measure what he actually does. And the fourth learning is inclusion and marketing. I often see that a lot of effort is spent to make this understanding what is a bot and to get all people on the same knowledge base, and also the point of marketing. If you just make a bot because it's funny and then you don't speak about it and you don't make it prominent somewhere, then it won't have any users. So you always have to plan for getting all people on the project, make this understanding, this enlightening phase, I call it, and then also plan the marketing, how you want to communicate about this bot with your customers. So make a campaign or show it prominently, make an event about it, yeah, actions like that. I will fast do that because we need to continue. Paixon is an IT company specialized on chatbots and voice bots, and I'm there actually as a partner and also very involved in project management and in building up the company. It was founded 2015 and was one of the first companies focusing on this field of digital assistant. We are now 6 employees, trying to to get bigger, of course, and you see a lot of projects which we did in various industries, from transportation to university to also startups like Wilex, which is a startup of Coop, and different companies. For this I already mentioned, so these are the kind of bots we actually do. And as you see in the learnings, we don't want to say or want to promote, take this bot now and make this with this tool. It won't work because it won't be an innovation, and you need the specialist, you need expertise to make this conversation right and to also analyze what gives you a value in the end. So that is how we proceed. We make the strategy, we make a concept out of it, we develop the whole bot, and also have tools and frameworks for that. And then we also help you with education and with the maintenance of this bot. We are first movers in this field as regards the Swiss market, especially. I mean, US is far more in advance with chatbots, and we are experts, including computer linguists, entrepreneurs, people with marketing background, a lot of developers. So we really have this knowledge to build this whole product. And we are in a big network. As you see, we are all teaching on different universities, and we have connections to the providers like Google, Alexa, Amazon Alexa, and Microsoft to develop the best solution for our customers. This is the last point, actually. So you don't have to rely on a platform or something, a fix. It is something, it is a technology we use which is suitable for you. So if you use Microsoft AI tools or Microsoft, then we will look that it's something based on this technology and not on another one. This is one of our workshops we did. So you see how this is with the Shopbot we did for SAK, for the company with the mobile subscriptions. And we like to do that because then you have a great product in the end. Yeah, that was actually the speak. I hope you learned something. Otherwise, just let me know, and I'm happy to help you with some questions. And I'm also happy if you connect with me, if you want to learn more, if you want to build a bot, or if you want to make a speak or something else. Don't hesitate and contact me.
Thank you very much, Na. A virtual clap for you.
Thank you.
Very, very, very interesting. Thank you very much for the insight. So this is what you will get, this nice post-its and a nice workshop if you would like to have a chatbot, right?
Yeah, the whole concept, of course. You have the whole concept, and you can also use it and not build it with us. So you have a lot of work. It's like one day we do with our customers or a half day. Now with Corona, it's one day. It's a little bit long, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. So now we're going to go to breakout sessions, breakout rooms to discuss, to get to know each other, a bit of a